Welcome to Unity AR VR tutorial. Myself, Vaibhav Bhandari, will explain you the workflow for building AR VR application using Unity 3D. So before starting, let's see what Unity is. Unity is a game engine, a system designed to create video games, AR and VR application. It is very fast and easy. It has got two different components. One is the visual editor, which helps in setting up the environment and seeing it in real time. It also helps in interactive rapid prototyping and building application. The other part is component based functionality built out of smaller pieces, which is modular and extensible. How can this software help artists, designers, and programmers? Well, the answer is that it can do various jobs for us, which are as rendering, animation, audio, physics, input, resources, scripting, AI, networking, AR, VR, and so many other things. It is a real-time 3D creation tool for everyone and can be used to deploy everywhere. Previously, we had to struggle a lot to create a game or application and deploy it for different platform. The platform for which you can create applications are Windows, desktops, mobiles, Linux. Moving to browser, it supports Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, Safari, Chrome. If you want to build your application for mobiles, you can for Android, iOS, BlackBerry, Windows 8 mobiles. You can even build for game consoles like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and many more. Unity is an application which and where you just build an application once and deploy everywhere to different platform. Before moving ahead, let's see what we need to provide Unity to build up an application. Let's understand what asset types or formats Unity recognize. If it is images, BMP, PNG, JPEG, TIFF, PSD files, audio, WAV, OGG, MP3, video, MPEG or MP4, text, TXT, 3D files, FBX, OBJ, Maya, Max, Blender files, font files like TTF. Unity supports three scripting languages: C Sharp, JavaScript, Boo. We will be using C Sharp in our next tutorial as it provides greater modularity to our application. Unity comes in three versions: Personal, Plus, and Pro. Personal is a free version which comes with a splash loader of Unity. Unity is a great gift for indie developers who would love to showcase their products, so you can make and publish your game in free version until your application get recognized. In the next section, I will be telling you the basic concept and workflow of Unity, writing scripts, attaching it as component to the game objects, and knowing Unity in a better way. I'll show you, like, if you write just Unity, so Unity's main page will open up. The first link you will get it, and there also you got a download link. Either you can directly write Unity download and go into it. So when you click on download, you will see the latest version. If you accept this terms and condition over here, then you will download the Unity Hub. The Unity Hub helps you to download different versions of Unity, and which is very good. But for now, guys, don't go for this thing. Go to this older versions of Unity. For learning purpose, the older versions are very good because they are stable and we can develop more. And at the starting stage, you won't find much of the problems with it. So now let's see Unity 2018.x. Just click on it. You can download the Unity Hub option from here. So it will automatically download according to your OS, that is your operating system. So once it is installed, it will ask you to install it, and once it is downloaded, it will ask you to install it, and then you can preferably find out like there will be a form which is called licensing form, and it's completely free. Just go and choose personal option, and then it's done. Once that is done, we will switch on to our Unity. I have already downloaded for myself as I work upon it. So let's see. I'll create, you can see this kind of things coming up where you have projects. If you have done earlier projects, it will be there. Otherwise, you can create a new, open a new, and you can see the path and the name of the projects. You can also save on your disk, or you can even save the files on the cloud. So I'll just select a uh, new, and you can see there will be a project name, and I'll just name it to uh, class 1, or maybe introduction to in Unity. And it will ask me for a location. I have already set, and this is organization. You can keep the name. There will be two kinds of templates majorly in the earlier version, that is 2D and 3D, but now it comes up with many other things, that is your pipelining of the rendering system. But for now, you just select between 2D and 3D mode. As we are going to work upon VR and AR application, they are always 3D, so we will select a 3D template. There is no much difference. You can, once getting inside it, you can even change your templates to 2D to 3D, or 3D to 2D, vice versa. Just you have to change some camera settings, and it's all done. Enabling Unity analytics. Unity has other system, like it provides us ads, it provides us analytics, and lot more things. So for that purpose, right now I don't require, so I can just switch it off, and I can just say create a project. So Unity will take some time, fraction of seconds or minute, depending upon the configuration what you have. But guys, telling you, as you are going to learn about AR and VR, AR is okay, but for virtual reality devices like Oculus, Rift, or HTC Vive, the high-end models, you need to have at least 1060 graphic card, which is very very important, with i5 latest version, or i7 version of processor Intel, or and you should have at least 16 GB RAM, so that it's run very smoothly and efficiently. So once that is done, we will save our project, and now what you are going to see is the Unity. Yes, so the Unity has opened up for us, and so I will tell you, the first thing is, first adjust yourself with what you want. For here, actually, if you see, when you open, it might be look like this, or might be like this, or might be like this. But the best part is, however you are comfortable, you can set up like that. Like my kind of thing is like, I go with this, then I'll go and switch this over here, and the uh, then what I'll do is I'll make this project over here, and the console part I will be keeping it over here. So this is generally what I feel comfortable with. You can even save this layout as whatever you name you want to give. I'll give it Vaibhav's layout. So once that is done, I will just save it, and whenever, if suppose it is in this mode, I don't have to do lot of thing. I just go and select Vaibhav's layout and it's converted to my layout. And one more thing, what I'll do is I'll change this project settings to one column layout so that I can see. So it totally depends upon you how you are comfortable with it. So before entering into the application part or doing something very, we need to understand the Unity software. So what is Unity, how it looks like? So as it is open up now, you can see. So Unity, this is the visual editor of Unity, where we set up the things, where we set up our application, and we use this assets to build up our applications. So next thing is, before moving forward, I'll tell you there are many kind of things inside this visual editor, and it will take little more time when you start practicing. But yeah, few things are very common which you are going to use from day one, and you need to know about it. And later on in your later on stages, when you start practicing and building up the things, you will get to know like how to use the other system, other parts of this. So all these things, what you can see, scene, game, console, hierarchy, project, inspector, is actually known as windows. So there are many windows. If you can see over here at the top, you can see window. So there are so many windows, as you can see, but all are not useful in all kind of application. But the things which are already open and which you can see as window, they are very important. Without this, you cannot make an application in Unity. The first thing is called scene. The scene is the place where we set up our environment, our application, the look and feel of it. This is done using hierarchy, which has got main camera. As you can see that there is a main camera, there is a direction light. So these two are probably inside the Unity, and we can just grab it. Either you can grab it through just clicking the left click, sorry, the right click in hierarchy folder. So you can see camera, you can see UI, audio, and there are different kind of things available to us. Or otherwise, you can directly go to your assets, sorry, your game object, and you can create all these things. This is the same option which you can see by clicking on the right click on your hierarchy, but hierarchy. So once that is done, what I do is I first bring out all my assets which are stored over here in the project folder. When you save this scene, this is going to save in your project folder. And this asset folder, if you go and reveal in finder, you can see that it is already programmed. So you can directly copy all your assets over here, or you can directly drag and drop over here in the asset folder, so that it will be available for this particular application at the time. For example, if I want to add this image over here, I'll just drag and drop over here, and you can see there is an image. So this I can use as an game object in my hierarchy, which will be presented in the scene. Okay, so the scene and game are the view section, the organize view section, and whereas the project and hierarchy is our organizing section where we do the stuff. Now there comes a inspector, which helps us. When you click on the any of the game objects, it helps us to tweak the value of. For example, I want this camera to be more upward, so it will go up, down. So what I am doing is I am actually tweaking the values of the something. So this is my tweaking part. Okay, and so the Unity's basic thing comes with three things: that is your organize, that is your project and hierarchy. Then comes your scene and game, which is the view mode, and the inspector mode, which is the tweaking mode. The game is the live version, what you can see inside. Okay, apart from this, there is a console section which tells you about the errors, the debug logs, the messages what you pass in your scripts to test the things, test the application. So these are the 5 important windows in Unity. Apart from this, if you go, the Unity has file section, which is to open a new scene, create a new scene. In a one application there can be more than one scene, or it can be made totally into one scene. You can open a pre-saved scene, you can save, you can save as, you can create a new project. And there comes the build settings. The build settings is very important, which I'll be taking in detail in my later stages when we will be deploying. So it is only used when we deploy any kind of any when we choose any particular target platform, and according to that we need to do the settings. Then comes the edit mode, where you have cut, copy, paste, delete. Then all this command section in for Windows user, it is control. So control Z is undo and cut and copy, control X copy is control C, and for Apple user it is command C. For paste it is command, and for my Windows user it is control. Then you have duplicate, delete, frame selected. Now what is this frame selected, we'll get to know, but just remember that the shortcut for this particular thing is F. And apart from this, to find something, to select everything inside the scene, we use select all. Then we have play, pause and step. This play, pause and step are this is called play, this is called pause, and this is the step. Then you have sign out. Suppose if you have sign in your Unity to use asset store. Unity has a great asset store, where you, if you are just a programmer and you want art assets, you can download. If you are a programmer and want to give some tools to other user to use it, you can do through Unity asset store. Apart from this, there are some project settings and everything we are going to discuss later. Next comes your asset, which has got create. So this asset is the same asset which you can see over here. So if you click a right click over here, you will find the same option which are there over here, asset. So if you want to create a folder, C sharp script, shader, testing, there are so many other things, materials, and we are going to look everything in detail. Okay, so importing a new asset from your disk, or importing a package. Unity has package system. When you download anything from asset store, it comes into package. So it's a quite a great thing. It's kind of a zip file provided by Unity, which we directly import. So it totally depends. If you are using and if you have, then only you use this, otherwise there is no necessity. If you want to refresh your editor or re-import anything, then you use this. Open C sharp project is, I have Visual Studio over, already downloaded, and it helps me to write the scripts for my application. Game objects, as I already told you. Then comes the component. These components are attached to the game objects which are presented in our hierarchy. It's a game object which has got a component called camera, which helps to use its functionality as a camera. So same way there can be more component which you can add to an game object. So if you come over here and see, there are so many components, and these components are the same what you look over here. So you can directly use this or that, depends upon you. As I told you, there are many other things that Windows available in Unity to perform our things. So yes, for that purpose we have this window section, where if you want to use something else, for example you want to make an animation, you can just open an animation window and start doing it. So then comes the help section, where you can search. Unity has a great manual, you can just read that to understand more deeply. It has got a great forum services. If you have written something, if you have given feedback, they answer you. You can check that. You can check for the latest release. You can download the beta version directly. You can see the release notes, software licensing part, how you, which part of software license, as I told you, Unity free, pro or plus, what you have chosen for you. You can report a bug, and there are, you can even troubleshoot the issues. Okay, so this was all about Unity editor, friends. And I hope you got the knowledge of how to enter into Unity, how does it look like, why we are using Unity. In my next section, I will tell you working with the basic concepts, basic workflow of Unity, writing script, attaching the components to the game objects, and knowing the Unity in a better way. Thank you.